But right now, I want to focus on what I call the best trading software in the world. And yes, of course, this is my opinion and I'm biased because we are talking about the PowerX Optimizer, and that's the software that I have developed. We are about to release a new version, and I just want to quickly show you a few new features that we have in this version, and I want to especially show you one feature that I will believe is a game changer, especially when you're trading the wheel. So what do you say? Let's get started. Let's jump over here to the desktop and see what is happening here. So first of all, this is a version that we are releasing, so you don't have it yet, but you might already see. What? Candlesticks? Yes, we now offer candlesticks, and in your settings under display, for now there's only bars and candles. We will enhance this, and at some point you will have a possibility here to even define your own custom colors. We believe that this is important if you're colorblind or if you don't like green and red, if you like to have pink and purple, that is all fine. So we will allow you to do this, but you know, up to now, we did have bars that we were displaying, and some of you were asking, can we please have candlesticks? And so I asked the team, can we please make this happen that we have candlesticks? And yes, so this will be released. As you can see, the candlesticks even colored here nicely according to our PowerX color. And yes, this is not only for PowerX where you find the best stocks and options according to the PowerX strategy. This is also happening here according to the wheel. Let's actually reset all of the filters and now show you a few cool new enhancements. When you're looking for wheel strategy stocks, this is where we had a minimum filter of 30% annualized. And what does this mean? It basically means that we want to trade options, both calls and puts, where we get at least 30% on an annualized basis. Some of you said, you know what? We feel that this is too aggressive. I would like to look for something that is only 20% or 10%. I'm not as greedy, or I'm not greedy, or whatever you want to call it. I just want to find something that is, I don't know, maybe between 10 and 20%. And yes, go figure, here we are. So you might not see it right there what it says. The min RI is now as low as 5%. So you can say an annualized return on investment, you can say, I want to see options between 5 and 15%, for example. And then it will show you all of the stocks here, all of the strikes, that give you between 5 and 15% annualized. Now, right now, this is still colored in red, and we will change this. So based on your criteria, if this fits in within your criteria that you have defined here, 5 and 15, it will be green. If it is below, it will be red. And if it is above, it will be orange as a warning. So, but for now, we just decided to get this release out because we are planning to release this in the next few days. So if you're watching a recording of this, you actually, might already have the new release of PowerX Optimizer. So we feel that this is a significant enhancement, but this is not the enhancement that I think will make your life so much easier. For those of you, if you say, yeah, you know what, I don't like the minimum of 30%, I want to go between 20% and 30%, and I want to see all stocks, and you see how quickly it scans for all of the stock, and now you see the options and stocks that have an annualized RI between 20 and 30%. So feel free to adjust it any way you want. However, one word of caution here, when you click on reset, it means that it shows all of the stocks that have minimum annualized RI of a minimum of 5%. So this means that you will see a lot of stocks here, right? So you want to make sure that you're using either the recommended setting that I will continue to use, the 30% plus, or that you put any setting that you want in here. Anyhow, this is one of the enhancements that we have. I'm going to set this right now to 20 because now, do I want to show you the biggest one or do I want to show you another one yet? Since we are here already, let me just show you what else we will have. As you can see, we now have a public roadmap. This will be accessible from PowerX Optimizer. What we'll probably release in the, not in this version, but 2 versions from now, is a market cap filter for the wheel scanner. And this is something that many of you have been asking for, where you say, okay, I do not want to have all these micro cap stocks or the small cap stocks. I only want to focus on medium or large cap stocks. So we will allow you to define a range of market capitalization. And just if you have no clue about market capitalization at all, we are providing here just some guidelines, and you can click on any of these and it will show you the market cap, or you can define your own range, whatever you choose to do. If you say, I only want to trade stocks on the wheel, because when you're trading the wheel, super important, 2 questions that you need to ask yourself all the time is, number 1, do you want to own the stock? Number 2, do you want to own it at that strike price? And this here, I believe, will help you to filter out some stocks. So in the upcoming future, in the next few weeks, we will add more filters. One of the filters that we are considering is the PE ratio. But right now, what you will have probably coming up here in February, this is what it is planned for, will be a market cap filter. So not in the upcoming release. This is why I cannot show it to you on this version, which is my sneak peek version for you, but I can already show you the mock-up of what is planned here in the roadmap. And I think that this will be pretty cool. Let's move on to what I think will be a game changer for those of you who are trading the wheel and who have been trading it according to the methodology, how I like to use it. And I know that there's many variations. Other traders trade the wheel differently, and that is fine. And you see, this is our goal right now with PowerX Optimizer. We want to provide you the flexibility that you can trade the wheel any way you want, so that you don't have to look for a minimum of 30% ROI, that you can apply additional filters. Okay, now let me show you what we got for you, and this will be awesome. So as you know, a few versions ago, we implemented the lowest close indicator. So what is this lowest close indicator that you see here? Well, it's a visual aid that can help you to identify where do we have solid support, because it shows you the lowest price that this stock has been trading at over the past 2 months, which is 8 weeks. So for ACAD, it is 19. For a firm, here it is going down. So right now, as it is going down, it's still here, 63.50. Let's just find a stock that is maybe not in free fall. Let's just take a look at Etsy here. No, Etsy is in free fall. GDXJ, how are we doing here? Okay, so you see this, for example, has been at 39, the lowest close. So this helps you to find some strike price that might be helpful. So the 2 filters that I've shown you thus far will help you with, number 1, the criteria, finding the best stocks to trade. Number 2, now the question is at what strike price? So let me show you something really cool. You see here that the minimum strike price is above the lowest close. And what does it mean? It actually means that the strike price, so that you get at least 20%, because this is what we specified here in our filter, at least 20% annualized RI, the minimum strike price is 40. And as you can see, this is well above the 39. So you might not want to trade it. This is where we have now a new filter, and I believe, based on what I've seen, that we are the only company in the world that has a filter like this, that shows you, for example, only those stocks and options where the minimum strike price is below the lowest close indicator. So let's take a look at this. This is where, for example, we can take a look at a firm. Okay, you see the lowest close here is at 63.50 and the minimum strike is 45. Now, this is not a perfect example because we don't want to trade a firm since it is going down, but look at this. So here, ASO, Academy Sports and Outdoors, the lowest closing price over the last 8 weeks was 38.50. And right now you can sell puts with a strike price of 33.50 and you get the minimum specified return. So you can go through the list and you see that the list is already getting smaller here. Whether you look at BYND, for example, let's just zoom in. So you see the lowest close over the last 8 weeks has been 58.50, and the minimum strike price that you can sell right now is below this. We thought, wow, this is pretty cool. But wait, there's more. We took this even one step further, and this is where we said, okay, let's do an ROI of 20%, and let's actually take a look at stocks that are at the lowest indicator. What? What? Let's take a look at this. So this will help you to narrow down the list of all the stocks. Look at this. Now we only have 4 stocks to look for. And this is ACAD. So ACAD, as you can see, the minimum strike price here so that you can get your 21% annualized is 19. Right there where we have the lowest low over the last 8 weeks. Look at this. We narrowed down this list from what? Dozens of stocks to 4 stocks that you can quickly look at this. And now you can see, well, first of all, do I like this stock? For me, this would still be a no. So let's move on to the next one, MAT. Mattel. So here's what we are doing right now. When you're using this filter at lowest indicator, it means that it is equal $1 above or $1 below. That's our criteria right now. And this is where you might take a look at Mattel and say, still not the best one. And then you look at Play. You see, it narrows it down fantastically. Oh, look at Play. I mean, this is almost picture perfect, isn't it? If you like Play, let's take a look here at the financials. See how Play has been doing over the last few years. Well, in 2021, posting a loss, not surprising with the pandemic, right? Overall, right now, as you can see, quarterly, revenues are rising again. They are profitable again. Again, it's up to you, whatever you choose as your criteria, but you might say, you know what? That is a good stock that I want to trade. So do I like the stock? And if the answer for you is yes, look at this. Right now, you see the minimum strike price available here at 31. So this would be right at the lowest low. So you can flag this as a yes. Let's take a look at UAL here right now. So United Airlines, you will see exactly the same. Again, the question is, do you like United Airlines? But look at the minimum strike. The minimum strike price is right around, and this is why we say at, right, plus minus $1, the lowest low indicator. And you might say, yes, I'm going to take this. Or maybe you change your criteria. And this you say, you know what, maybe I shouldn't go for 20%. Maybe I should go for 15%. And this is just fine. And when you do this, we go up there. Well, in this case, well, it just dropped out probably, but you get the idea. Let me just go back here to 20% so that we can continue our example here. This is where we have UAL, and you might say, okay, I like to trade this. This looks like a good one. I like UAL. Here's XLB, which is the material sector. And again, you see we have the strike price right there. So why is this so awesome? Again, because I haven't seen any other trading software out there that does that. And this is super interesting for you when you are trading the wheel strategy. Now, again, if you're not trading the wheel strategy, if you're trading right now iron condors, you might be sitting there and say, huh? Well, what am I don't know. But if you have been following this channel for a while, then you know how exciting it is. Because if I'm setting this to reset and you see the filters that we had previously with 30% RI, take a look at this. You see how many stocks and symbols we have here? What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 until iRobot. So there's 16 until NVIDIA. There's probably 24 symbols. And on days when the market is going down and you go shopping, you have a lot to go through and flag. And you might say, oh, no, Affirm, don't like this, don't like this. So this, I believe, will help you, especially when combined with the minimum RI filter and going forward, probably here in the next version. I think that we will have this in the next version, not the one that we are releasing right now, but in this having a market cap filter. I mean, so what do you think about this? Are you as excited about this as I am? Well, as you can tell, I am super excited about this. Okay, so, but let me give you a little bit of more sneak peek of what else is coming. So we also have OCO orders for Tradier. This is now more if you are trading the PowerX strategy. If you are choosing Tradier here as your broker, you know that in the past, the only way how to place OCO orders with Tradier was over a mobile app, either your phone or your tablet. And now you can do it natively right out of PowerX Optimizer here. So let me just show you how this works. Basically, you can place these OCO orders right away out of PowerX Optimizer. So this is, this was to place the order. We need to look for a closing order. So in order to do this, we would have to find a stock that we are in. Let me just show you how this looks on the mockup. So it's super exciting here. This is where you will see when we have here a stop loss and a profit target, you can place an OC order. What does it mean? It means one cancels other. Anyhow, so there's a small enhancement for those of you who are trading the PowerX strategy and those of you who are having an account with Tradier. So this is a little bit cooler. Well, since we are already at the roadmap here, so these are the 4 things that we are releasing right now, probably within the next few days. But let me show you what else is coming probably in 2 weeks from now. And we are starting with this one. And this is that we will actually allow you to add indicators to the chart. So right now, you know that you might have been looking at TradingView because you like to have moving averages. You like to have a 50-day moving average, a 200-day moving average, whatever it might be. In addition to our built-in indicators, the RSI, stochastic, and MACD, this is something that we already have on a different development server where the team said, no, you don't get access to that. You will only break it. So you see, we have multiple servers. Obviously, we have several production servers here, and these production servers is where you are working on. I believe we have 4 or 5 servers here distributed all over the world so that it reacts really, really quickly. Then we have a so-called staging server. This is the server that I'm working on right now, which is basically right before we have a release where our QA engineer, the quality assurance engineer, is testing everything, checking everything, and this is where we're running some final tests. And the team said, do you want to release the new version tomorrow? And I said, no, we are not releasing it on a Friday. So we will do it early next week, but then you will automatically have it. Then there is a magic other server that only the dev team has access on. And this is where I took the screenshot. And as you can see, you can add moving averages. Based on what I've heard from the dev team, it is unlimited how many indicators you can add to this. So if you choose to have 20 indicators on your chart, if this helps you in your trading, sure, why not? Go ahead. So anyhow, this is coming up. And let's see. Let's talk about this. Many of you have asked for it, a watch list for the wheel. This is a little bit more complicated. We're still working on it, but if you have certain stocks where you say, you know what, I just want to trade the wheel on the following 5 or 10 stocks, or maybe you have a different criteria where you don't want to use our scanner, where you have your own scanner, right? Maybe you have this. Here, where's my friend, Geldkapitän? Geldkapitän, are you here today? I know that you have your own scanner that you use for your criteria. Well, then you can just enter the stocks that come up according to your criteria, and then you will see for those stocks all the information here in PowerX Optimizer. That will be pretty cool, and many of you have asked for this. So this will be probably in the next release, not in this one that's coming up. So the one that's coming up is 2.7, so probably 2.71, but definitely planned, as you can see here, for February 2022. We also will have a holiday calendar, so that's something small, but especially when you're international, you might not know. Gosh, there was Martin Luther King Day last week. Why were the markets closed in the US? You might not have seen that, right? Because if you live in Australia, in England, in Germany, in Austria, I don't know, wherever you live in the world, this might not be a holiday for you. And you're ready, and in the afternoon, you're getting in front of your computer, and then you say, what the heck? So this is where we will show all of the important holidays for the US and for Canada. So small improvement there. However, this other one here, this is a big one. We will have a stock correlation tool. What does that mean? It means that you can actually, I believe that this will be in 2.71, that you can enter up to 10 tickers, and then you want to know, what is the correlation? What does this mean? It means that do these tickers move together? As an example, Kohl's and Macy's probably very correlated. And why is this important? This is important because we always tell you, do not load up your portfolio with multiple tickers that are correlated. And if you say, I don't know, I mean, is Mara correlated to Bitcoin? Is Riot correlated to Bitcoin? Is Tesla correlated to Bitcoin or to Dogecoin or something like this? If you would like to know this, then you can just enter these tickers. And as you can see, yes, you can correlate Tesla with Bitcoin and see, okay, how much is Tesla correlated to Bitcoin here? You can say, okay, we need to have, I believe, at least 45 days to have a correlation, but then you can go back up to 2 years. So you can say, how correlated were they over the last 60 days, the last 2 months? How much correlation was there over the last 6 months? How much correlation was there over the last 2 years? You see a correlation of bigger, larger than 0.5 means that they are correlated. So if you see something like 0.8 or 0.9, it means that they're super strongly correlated. If it would be 1, it means that they move exactly the same. So this is almost like SPY and SPX, right? If you type in SPY and SPX, you probably see a 1.0, 0.98. And if you see a number that is below, and this is why we are shading it in different colors here, as you can see, then it is not very correlated, which means that it is safe to trade. So for example, you could trade Tesla and Apple and whatever we have here. This, of course, is just a sample, but this way you know whether your portfolio is highly correlated or not. What do you think about this one? Do you like this? If you do me a favor, and if you like these enhancements, click on like really quick, and this way I see that you're enjoying this. For those of you who do have the PowerX Optimizer, you will have access to this roadmap so that you know at any given time what we are working on. In progress is basically our next release that is always, and we usually release twice a month. Every other week, we are typically releasing a new version. So you know what is coming up within the next 2 weeks. What are we working on then? And what is also planned for the future? So I should probably move this over to up next because it is up next. And as you can see, yes, we will have real-time data for cryptocurrencies. Yes, we will have pre-market data. Yes, we will have an earnings calendar similar to stocks earnings here. Yes, we will have an economic calendar. Yes, we will have an integration with interactive brokers. Yes, we will have a trading log. Yes, we will have alerts. Yes, we will have custom colors, important especially for color blindness. This is what I've shown you, and many, many more. I just started putting all of this in. I think I did it on Monday when we had the holiday, because this is how I used Martin Luther King Day when the markets were closed. And I thought, not much to do here, right? What could I do? And this is where I thought I just map out this public roadmap so that you know exactly of what is happening here. That's where we see of what is happening. And this is why I believe that PowerX Optimizer is the best trading software in the world, or if it is not yet, it soon will be, because with all of the enhancements that we are planning here, and this is the cool thing. So if you have already invested in PowerX Optimizer right now, all of these updates are automatically included. Now, we are planning to change this going forward. Right now, if you did a one-time investment in PowerX Optimizer, it means that you basically have access to it for life and that you have access to all of this. Probably this quarter, we will change it to an annual subscription. This will be an annual subscription of probably initial investment $2,000 and then $1,000 after this per year. And you know, if you have been using this tool, you know it's very well worth it. I mean, that's what, like less than $100 a month. And I don't believe in monthly subscriptions like $97 a month. I mean, I don't believe in this. Either you love this tool, either you are a trader or you're not. The team asked me to actually tell you about this, and it will be this link, rockwelltrading.com/wheel. I do believe that we have a special until tomorrow. Not quite sure. The team always knows more. And if you would like to chat somebody over about this, call or text right here. The team, 512-337-1885, or email them at support@rockwelltrading.com. So I do believe that this week we do have a special promo call going on. rockwelltrading.com/wheel. You can check it out there.